In today's podcast, we are going to talk about money. My name is Charlotte B, and here with me I have Victor, Charlotte M, and Elisa.
Hello.
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 Money is a big preoccupation for this year's graduates. They will be taking a big step as adults, going into university, and will have to manage their money on their own. This money can be made by doing student jobs or having a scholarship, or just by having nice parents who are willing to pay for their child. In every case, this money has to be managed and well spent with food, housing, university fees, transport, hobbies, and going out. You are planning on having a student room next year, Charlotte, at university, which in Belgium we call a cote. How are you planning to manage your money to pay for it, and what are the advantages?
So I'm going to live in a cot in Leuven in Flanders. In my cot I will have my own bathroom and my own toilet because I think this is really necessary for me. However, I will share the kitchen with other people that I don't know. In the kitchen I have my own keyboard where I can store all my things. For this cot, I'm going to pay around 700 to 800 euros per month, all included. This means water, electricity, heating, and I can also have my own Wi-Fi.
Oh, well, that's great. However, it sadly costs a lot of money. A student room might cost up to 900 euros, depending on where it is located and some other things. Personally, I can't really afford it, and I don't think it will be useful for me. I prefer taking the train for about 45 minutes twice every day than paying a whole salary into a 10 square meter apartment. Also, I am doing a lot of sports, so it will be much harder to do my studies, doing shopping, etc.
You can also choose to live in a shared accommodation. I think it costs around 400 to 500 euros per month, so it's much cheaper. However, you don't have a bedroom in your room and you don't have a private kitchen. You must share everything with other students, like in a boarding school. The toilets are also shared. I will never want to live like that because at my age I'd still like to have more privacy, but I understand that it's a good way to save money.
And how about transport, Victor? Will it be easy for you to get to university from your home?
To get to the university, I can either take the train for 45 minutes, like as I said, or I can also go with my parents' car. And you, or where you go to your student room, Charlotte? Transport can also be very expensive.
For me, it will be very easy to go to the university. I can go by bike or on foot. On Sunday evenings, my parents are going to drive me to my cot, but I can also go by train or by bus. I can even go alone because I have my driving license, but I don't want to pay extra for parking.
And what about being independent? Will it be hard for you to live alone?
You live alone with your family. I could never do that.
I love my parents very much, but I don't think I could go back to living at home every day. I've been at a boarding school since 3rd grade, so I'm used to living away from my family. Going home every day would feel strange for me now, I think.
Oh, that makes sense. So living in a student room feels more natural for you.
Yes, exactly. I think it will be better for me to live in a cot because boarding school already made me more independent. I have learned to take care of myself and manage my daily life. Now when I go home, it feels special and the time I spend with my parents is more meaningful.
I see. You really need to be independent. For some people, it's difficult. They are not ready to do the dishes, cook, or do their laundry. At home, I don't need to cook, so it will be a big change for me.
I will need to do my laundry and cook, but I'm going to learn it. It's not that hard. I can also take some food from home cooked by my mother. Sometimes I will cook myself or I will buy food somewhere else. And if I need help, my mother can still do some laundry for me. Living alone is a good way to become more independent.
And what about going out? Are you going to spend more or less money than if you stayed at home?
I think I will go less out to save money, but if I go out, everything is close to my cut, so I can walk everywhere. I don't have transport cost, which is a big advantage because I already pay a lot of money every month for my cut, so I try to spend less money when I go out. And you, Victor, will you go out?
For me, going out costs more because I need to pay for transport, like bus or train tickets. But I don't have the costs of a student room, so I can spend more money on food, drinks, or other things when I am out with my friends.
Thank you. Now, Elisa, you are going to give our listeners interesting and useful tips on how to save money. So, first, what are your tips to save money on food?
The first thing I will think of is to stop taking fast food. Honestly, fast food is one of the main reasons your money disappears. You borrow money for $12 and boom, you just eaten once in a day. If you cook for yourself, it can cost half the price, something even less. A really easy tip is buy a bottle and always have water with you. If you don't have water, you will end up buying soda or juice outside, and that adds up fast. Try to pack a lunch instead of eating out. It doesn't have to be complicated. Pasta, rice, eggs, vegetables. Simple food is cheaper and healthier. And honestly, don't buy soda. It's expensive, not good for you, and water is basically free. If you go out, don't drink or just a bit. Drinks are crazy expensive, especially for students.
Okay, but how can you balance this saving lifestyle with fun and hobbies?
It's pretty simple. I know you still need a life. Going out is fine, but again, don't drink or just a bit. You don't need alcohol to have fun. Also, share Netflix or other subscription with friends. Why pay full price when you can sleep it? It sounds boring, but trust me, it rolls great. For clothes, secondhand is your best friend. You can find really cool stuff for cheap, but don't buy things just to buy things. And also, don't always go for the cheapest option. Cheap things break fast, and then you have to buy them again. So always think about value, not just the price. That's all.
Okay, thank you. So our podcast now comes to an end. Thank you guys for this useful insight on money. We hope you enjoyed listening to our podcast.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.